Hello students, hope you all are well. So today we are back again with the third part of your chapter Adaptation in Plants for class 4. So as last class we discussed about adaptation of plants of coastal region, that is we took the example of the coconut palm, and adaptation of plants growing in the rainforest. Now today we will be discussing about the adaptation of plants growing in the deciduous forest. Now deciduous forests are found in the region that have very cold winter season. So in deciduous forest the weather condition and during the winter season it is very cold. So to withstand this cold winter condition, the plants or trees growing there show certain adaptations. First of all, the adaptation shown by the trees is that their trunks have a thick bark. There is a thick bark present on the trunk. Now bark, you know, it is the outermost covering of the trunk. Then again about the leaves. The leaves are thin and they are broad, so that they are able to capture a lot of sunlight. Again during winter the trees shed their leaves. So during winter season in the deciduous forest we can see the trees will shed their leaves. Again new leaves will grow during the summer season or during the spring. So with the new leaves growing during the spring, this shows the onset of the summer. So these are the adaptation of the plants growing in the deciduous forest. Next we will be discussing about the adaptation shown in aquatic plants. Now what are aquatic plants? Plants which grows in water are called aquatic plants. So some aquatic plants grow under the surface of the water, and some have leaves growing above the water, while others float on the surface of the water. Now aquatic plants are adapted to condition of plentiful water, less sunlight, less air and strong water currents. That is, they live in a plenty of water, they get less sunlight, less air, and they regularly face strong currents of water. So aquatic plants have air spaces in their stems and leaves. So there are air spaces present in the stems and leaves of the aquatic plants. These air spaces allows the stems and the leaves to stay afloat. So that is, due to the presence of these air spaces, the stems and the leaves, they can float on the water. Then the leaves which are on, you will see the leaves are usually on the surface of the water. So the leaves takes in air and it sends the air to all the parts of the plant, including the roots. Again the leaves are flexible. This is in order to tolerate the strong water current. And if we talk about the seeds of the aquatic plants, the seeds, they remain they afloat, that is they float on the water and can reach far away places. The best example if we study regarding the adaptation in aquatic plant is a lotus plant. So you will see in lotus plant the flowers and the leaves, broad leaves, they float on the surface of the water to obtain the sunlight. But the rest of the plant, it remains under water. So these are the adaptations shown in the aquatic plants. Next we have adaptations of mangroves. So mangroves are trees and shrubs that grow in areas where the soil is clayey and is covered with salty water. Have you heard about mangrove forest? Yes, mangrove forest is a swampy land where the soil is very clayey and the water is salty. So the mangrove trees grows there. So one of the example of mangrove forest is the Sundarban forest. I hope all of you have heard about it. So in the mangroves, what happened is as I told you, the soil is clay. So the clay soil below the water does not have air. There is no air present in the soil because the soil is clay. Again, the water is salty. So the roots of the mangrove plant has undergone special adaptation. That is, they grow above the ground and they take air directly from the atmosphere. So you will see the roots of the mangrove plants, they grow above the ground. That is, all roots grow into the ground, but they grow in the opposite direction, that is above the ground. And such roots which grows above the ground are called stilt roots. And this stilt roots not only takes in air directly from the atmosphere, but it also provides an extra support to the trees. So this features helps the mangrove forest to grow well on the edge at the edge of the ocean. So I hope this much is clear to all of you. So with this we have come to the end of this chapter, adaptation in plants. So these are your questions. Thank you.